All right, welcome back. What we are going to talk about today is how to simplify radical expressions with multiplication and division, and somewhat using their properties. All right, so what we have right here is we are given, all right, the cube root of 4 times the cube root of 16. So if you don't know, that's the cube root of 4, and that's a multiplication symbol here. All right, so when we write this, we can have, whenever you have the same radical, all right, with the expression, you can actually combine these into one single term. So actually, because we have the same radical, we actually can combine, say, 4 times 16. All right, that's one of the properties when you're dealing with roots, is whenever you have the same root, all right, and they're multiplied, we can actually combine them. And so what we have here is this is going to be, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to simplify this. Now, whenever I try to do this without my calculator, I always think of, okay, I break these down into common factors. So what we have is the cube root of 4, all right, 4 is actually 2 squared, times, and if we look at right here, we actually have 16, which actually is 2 to the 4th power, I believe. All right, and what we have then is the cube root of this, which then became written as, now when you have the same base, you actually take and add the exponents together. I'll put the cube right there. And so we can take this and write it as 2, add this exponent, this 2, all right, with this 4, because we're using the properties. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 is going to be 6. And so we can simplify this finally into, all right, 2 to the 6th. And then we have the cube root. If I change this cube root into a rational exponent, which is 1/3, I can then simplify this to 2, all right, 6 over 3, because we multiply in private exponents, and we have 2 squared, which is 4. It's probably a little bit simpler way, but I'm just using the private exponents and just showing you how we can simplify these. All right, coming to this one. All right, so going through, combining these, multiplying them through, we have 2, and then adding the exponents together. Obviously, we probably combine some of these steps, but that's what we're doing. All right, in here, we're going to do the same thing. Now, this is where we have the 4th root, all right, 4th root, and we're dividing. Okay, so when you divide this, I'm going to get it for color here. All right, we're going to have the 4th root of 162. Okay, and I'm just going to write like so. And this is going to be divided by the 4th root of 2. Well, because they're division is the same thing as like multiplication, essentially. We can actually combine this into one division symbol. We can go 162 divided by 2. And because these are all in the 4th root, I can make this into 1. The same thing can be said if I have the 4th root of something, I can divide it into 2 individual ones if I wanted to do so. Now from here, I can divide 2 into 162. All right, and that's going to be 81. Now 81, we're now going to take the 4th root of 81. Now if you recall, 81 is actually 3 to the 4th power. All right, because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, it's 9, 27, and then 81. And the 4th root is actually the 1/4 power, right? A rational exponent. We can multiply those. So we have 3, 4 over 4. And your answer is going to be 3 to the 1st, which is just 3. All right. So that is using the properties of exponents, the properties of radicals to simplify expressions. Okay. All right. So that is what we can do. I'm going to stop at this one, and we're going to go through another simplifying radicals and using rational exponents in the next tutorial. All right. So good luck and God bless.